A lot of difference from where the program was before. Certainly ups and downs in transition, and something that we expected. At times, we felt really good about our progress and the cultures, and at times, we're not where we want to be yet. So, but I'm glad we got the postseason. I think the WNIT run was really good for our kids. I thought Amber Moore especially played with a lot of confidence and showed what she'll be able to do in the future. And great for Adrian and Charisma to kind of end on a more positive note than losing in the Big Ten tournament. And good for our team to have 4 more games and to grow and change. And obviously, we've said this a lot, Dick Bennett's line that, the first year is about the players. And we try to meet the players where they're at. We developed a system that would fit them. And so now in the off season, we'll implement a 4-out, 1-in motion offense that we'll use next year and spend more time with that, teaching them how to play the game of basketball. And they grew in some of that, but had we tried to do that right away when we got here, we'd had to spend the whole time teaching them emotion. Instead, we decided to run more of a ball screen offense that would fit them and have success right away. But I thought we grew. I thought we were better in the end defensively in the WNT with some of the best defense we've played throughout the year. I think we'll take another step in that next year. Just it takes a year to run a system, and our returners will be smarter and better. And so excited about the future. Again, good first step, and excited about where we're going.
You obviously can't really replace a Charisma Pen, a special player like that, but who's going to be your post presence next year?
Yeah, Jackie Grant's a freshman that's 6'3", coming out from Chicago. She was the Chicago Sun-Times Player of the Year, first team All-State in every poll. We believe she'll be able to play right away. Again, it's hard to know with freshmen, and that's really the spot. I think Sarah Hartwell will step in as a guard and start and play a bunch. So I think at the guard positions with Adrian will probably be pretty good. The question is the 5, and we may not have a true 5. We may play with 4s next year. Mackenzie Piper returning, I think she's going to take a step. One of the best things about freshmen is they become sophomores, and so Mackenzie will take a step and be better. And then Sarah Livingston from Peoria certainly has all the tools to be a great player, but again, it's hard to know how quickly they're going to pick things up. And we may play small at times and play really quick and aggressively, and a little bit like we did this year.
Would Sarah Hartwell have been the best player in this team, one of the best players if she could have played this year?
Yeah, she would. And again, she hasn't played in games, so we don't know exactly. But practice-wise, she was one of our best players in practice every single day. And, I think the first time we scrimmaged, Charisma had like 29, Adrian had like 25. The next highest score was Sarah Hartwell with probably around 20. And she's certainly capable, has all the tools to be a great player. Again, she hasn't played any games, so until we see that. But we feel really good about who she is and her game and how good she's going to be.
Coach, I know the team was pretty disappointed on not getting into the NCAA tournament, but obviously you played 4 more games after that. How were you able to kind of get the team's spirits back up?
Yeah, I think that if there is an advantage of playing the Big Ten tournament early, is that it sinks in a little bit. Once we lost to Wisconsin, we knew, gosh, our chances probably just went down quite a bit. And then you see some of the mid-majors get knocked off and realize that they may be taking a spot like Dayton. So I think that probably helped. And then, some of the communication with us, for us saying, hey, you got a chance to end this on a positive note, win some basketball games, some things that haven't been done here in a while. You're playing in a postseason. Remember what it felt like the last 2 years when you knew after the Big Ten tournament you were done, when you had 11 wins and 9 wins and you're done early March with your season. Here's a chance to change and grow and develop. And I felt like, honestly, our Toledo game was one of the best wins we had all year on the road. Really tough environment, a team that's 29-3. So I thought that game was really encouraging, the growth in our players. And then the Eastern Illinois game as well. It's a game that not much went right for 30 minutes, but we hung with it and had some toughness and then kind of turned it around at the end. I'm not sure we would have had that resolve early in the year in that type of game.
When you see a team like Georgia fall 3 points short of the Final Four, a team that you beat this season, how much does that kind of inspire you and the team to say, hey, at our best, we can be pretty good?
Yeah, it's certainly very promising. We beat Nebraska at Nebraska in their Sweet 16 team and handled them. We beat Iowa, who, finished in the final 32. 6 Big Ten teams won. Last year the Big Ten went 1-6 in the first round. This year it went 6-0 in the first round. That's a huge change in 1 year. And we finished, tied for 5th, and we're tied for 3rd going in the last week of the season. So encouraging for the future, and certainly something we'll hold on to is, teams that did really well that we beat. And obviously, you know, we need to have better depth than we did this year. We need to be able to play 6, 7, and 8 and have confidence in that. And hopefully, you know, that'll help. The 6 freshmen we have coming in, we believe, are going to be really good basketball players. And the number of returners, just a year more in the system, they're going to be better basketball players. I think that'll help us throughout the year.
I know you said the guards post up in the motion offense. Can you sort of describe how, who's going to be the guards that you're going to want to post up?
Yeah, I would say Ivory and Sarah Hartwell would be 2. Alexis Smith should be good at that as well. Those 3. You know, Amber will play a 4, so Amber will get a lot of opportunity to post as well, and we'll work inside out, you know, in our secondary break and in our motion and get touches inside as well. Where this year is kind of just charisma, you know, that we posted. Next year we'll have opportunities. Our 5s may be really good shooters. Jackie's a good shooter. Piper's a good shooter. So those guys may screen and step out, and we maybe get a guard in there and post and take advantage, get the ball in the paint a little bit more with different people instead of just one.
I know you'd like to play a lot more players. I mean, the freshmen will get a lot of playing time next year.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We feel like it's a top 25 recruiting class, and certainly kids that have a lot of potential. You don't really know until you get them. The great thing is we're going to get 2 hours with them this summer. They changed that rule, made it like the men. That will really help us. We'll do all of our mini clinics in the summer that Coach Chavilibus brought in, and really good teaching stuff. So they'll be, you know, farther this fall than obviously with us being able to work with them. And we certainly feel like they all have potential, but 2 or 3 of them are going to play. 2 or 3 of them have a chance to start, and which is exciting for our program.
Your squad, how many players?
Yeah, we have up to 15 scholarships. Right now, we have 13 kind of returning. You know, this is a time of year when you hear about transfers and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. We may sign a transfer too, depending if it's the right kid and the right thing for our program.
How do you think Amber's going to handle just having a more like a target on her back every night, just maybe being one of the more of the bigger offensive weapons and maybe shooting less and trying to drive to the basket more?
Yeah, I think she's going to handle that well. I think, you know, one of the things you want from your seniors is consistency, and we need her to be consistent. And I thought she did a great job in the postseason of doing that. I thought, you know, the end of the Big Ten play, she was a little up and down. We need her to be consistent and be consistent in practice every day. Those are kids are going to be looking to her, how she practices, how she carries herself. But she has a lot of other returners that have now been in the system as well, and I think that'll help her as well. We'll have a lot of kids that, you know, this is their 2nd year in the system now instead of just year 1.
Anything else here in the room?
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.